Okay, everyone, here's the deal. It's Sloppy Seconds number 3. We're reviewing Domino's Deep Dish Pizza. I just got in the door from the grocery store in the Domino's, so I'm going to actually dig into this right now. And you'll see I'm still in my street clothes. Yeah, I go out in public in sweatpants. That's probably why I live alone. But let's just dig into this right now, right off the cuff. You know the way this works. There are no rules. I'll eat as much of this as I need to in order to be able to give you the verdict as to whether you want to eat Domino's Deep Dish Pizza. Why is my shadow? He always seems to want to get involved in everything. I gotta start filming this during daylight. Let's see what happens. Let's go there. Is that better? Fuck, it's even worse. Come on, man. No, now I look like a dinosaur. All right, here we go. All right. Domino's Deep Dish Pizza. We'll do what we can with the light in a second. It's actually kind of blinding me a little bit. We're going to open this bad boy up. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is the Domino's Deep Dish. Let's get the camera down here. So obviously, just real quick, I bite into this, you can see there's a pretty good spread of cheese on this sucker. This is with extra cheese, but I'll explain what that is in a second. Why that is in a second. But let me just dig into at least a slice of this. At least you got a chance to visual before I start destroying it. Again, this is all live, people. We do not record this. No editing. Wow. Wow. I should be telling you something right now. I know I'm not speaking. I should tell you everything you need to know about what's about to come out of my mouth. Oh. Oh. Wow. Wow. Okay. You all have to appreciate this. It's a bit of a shock for me. Give me a second to try to get the light right because I got a lot to say. Wow. Let's put this over here to cool so I can freeze the rest of that. Yeah, and I did eat that in like 10 seconds. I understand I eat way too fast, but whatever. You literally just saw the first 4 minutes of this video, me trying to get light right and chewing. But, wow. Let's just see. If I put the light behind the computer, then it looks like Jesus is coming for me. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's just do that. Hopefully you can see there's not too much of a shadow. Yes, I know I need to work. Oh, I'll sit on this side, so it'll be fine. Okay, so let me just get my coat off. There's a reason why I did what I just did. Let me just tell you, first off, that was really, really good. It was really, really tasty. I would have left it in the oven a little bit longer. I know they have to be careful with burning stuff. I have an associate of mine who told me when you get the Domino's pizza, they're probably not going to burn it. So if you're not being a hungry, hungry hippo slob that you are, he didn't say that, but he said put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Plus the fact you had to drive it back here, it's not going to be as hot as, say, when you pull it out of the oven with your other pizzas. I should have listened to my associate. So, JG, you were right, but it didn't matter. In the end, it didn't matter. I understand I look like a total slob. Usually I go take a shower, I shave. But this thing, the way it smelled in my car, I had to come in and try it. And when you understand my story, it'll make sense. I look like Nathan Johnson at the beginning of The Jerk, like, my story? Where he's like a bum leading in the alleyway. If you ever seen the movie The Jerk, go watch it. They're going to cancel it sooner or later. But it's a phenomenal film. It starts off with him as a homeless guy. He's like, my story? You want to hear my story? Well, here's my Domino's pizza story. Because you understand why the first 2 minutes of this video was me pounding it in my mouth and not talking to you. So let's go back to 1993. That was, what, 28 years ago. 28 years ago is the last time I've eaten Domino's pizza. 28 years. As people watch this video, I've been alive that long. Let me explain why. I was living in Centennial Hall at Trenton State College. It's not even called that anymore. And me and this guy, Dave Jakowenko, we ordered Domino's pizza. Dave, great bass player. So me and Dave, we ordered this Domino's pizza. This is back in days of 30 minutes or less. Hour and a half goes by, the pizza shows up. We take the pizza, right? So it's an hour late compared to what they said it was going to be. We take the pizza, no exaggeration. Imagine if these walls were clean. That's how white the bottom of the pizza was. It was raw, and it was an hour late. So I call up the Domino's pizza guy on Olden Ave, and I guess it was Ewing or Trenton, New Jersey, whatever that is. And I say to him, dude, first off, the pizza got here an hour late, and second off, it's completely undercooked on the bottom. We both agreed it was disgusting. It wasn't just me. And the guy said, what do you do about it? I said, no, can you send me a new pizza, maybe give me my money back? He hung the phone up on me. That was it. I swore from that day forward, I'm never going to eat that slop, either in terms of food or company. Not only was the food slop, but the company was slop. All right? Never going to eat that. That's the kind of rage that builds up when you don't eat a company's product for 28 years. So all of a sudden, I have this associate. And he's telling me, I'm like, yeah, no, they did really turn that company around. We order their pizza all the time. And, you got to try it. It's not what you thought it once was. So I'm like, well, what do you tell them? What do you mean it's not the way it was, JG? You guys know I suck at spelling. JG. Okay, these people are anonymous. These are like respectable human beings with jobs and families. They don't want to be mentioned in these videos. So JG says to me, well, they hired this guy, J. Pat Doyle. Now, just so you're not confused, this isn't Patrick Doyle Murray. That's not the Lou from Caddyshack and the mayor from Groundhog Day and Noah from Noah's Arcade in Wayne's World. Not that guy. This is a whole different, separate guy, J. Pat Doyle. And apparently, he was the pizza Jesus. He came and he saved the company. Well, actually, after having eaten that, we can actually take this question mark off, because if he's the person responsible from turning this pile of garbage, this, after the Princess Buttercup left True Love and she became the queen of refuse, because that's what Domino's was. It was the pizza of refuse. If he's the guy who made that, what I just ate from what I had those years ago, he is the pizza Jesus. So I tried the pizza, right? I just ate it. I didn't even talk to you. I didn't want to talk to you, no offense. And apparently this guy came in, and my associate told me, look, when this guy took the company over, when he became the CEO, the stock was trading at $10 a share. When he was, right before he left, it was $200 a share. that's not just corporate nonsense. That's not manipulation of the market. I'm not going to take down Wall Street here. You got to be doing something right. If you take first of all, I know you're doing something right. I just ate it. I just ate the right. So he came in and obviously changed a bunch of stuff. And if you want to know, is this Domino's pizza worthy of Brandon Duke and Trilo in 1984 Dune, the basement of Woodward's Jersey, Roy Rogers Fried Chicken? Yeah, I'd say it is. It just Jim Browned its way right through all that. Just took the line out. Earl Campbell, if you like that better. Christian Okoye, all right, for my more modern friends. None of them really runs that hard anymore. That was outstanding. I mean, I'm belching right now because I ate that so fast, and the belch tastes delicious. I would have put it in the oven for 10 more minutes, and I would have crisped. I like my pizza a little crispier, but I understand what they were doing there. I understand they can't burn it. I already said that 3 times. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, sloppy seconds, Domino's deep dish pizza. J. Pat Doyle, man, good job, bro. I mean, I don't think he's in the company anymore. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't think people understand how difficult it must be to turn a company around like that. Everyone wants to be a CEO till it's time to do CEO things. Everyone wants the CEO salary till it's time to turn around an entire company. And anyone in their right mind who's ever tried to lead adults will know it's like herding cats. Adults are friggin' impossible. They are irritating and annoying, and they don't listen. Somehow, no longer the question mark, the Pizza Jesus figured this out. Now, he's no longer with the company anymore. And you know me. You guys, look at the way I dress. Look at my house. I don't got secret Domino's pizza money coming in. Right? You know I don't bow to corporate sponsorship. If this thing tasted like crap, I would have been the first one to tell JG that his recommendation sucked. It wasn't good. This pizza's garbage. Nothing changed since 1993. Right? This is invading Afghanistan all over again. Nothing changes. Sorry, I get a little political there. But, it's just an analogy. I'm not saying anything other than what's really true. One more look at it. My thoughts on this. Now, people say to me, Shank, how does this rate say compared to the Lou Malnati's pizza? Not even close. 100 times out of 100, right? I would go with that. I'm not going to go with that. That's a bad analogy. 100 times out of 100, I'd go with that over Lou Malnati's. Not just because of the price. That actually tastes better than the frozen Lou Malnati. And if you go on that Goldbelly site, you get all these 5 stars for Lou Malnati. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever, blah, 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 blah. You put that in the oven for 10 minutes, and you crisp it up a little bit, that blows the $37. That thing cost me $9.99. That cost me $10, that pizza. You want to know why? Because I went on their app, and when I went on their app, they literally start the app off with coupons. They say, look at these coupons. Are there any of these pizzas that you would want? Now, I know there's probably some sleazebag accountant sitting in Domino's Pizza Center going, hey, if we get them to go to coupons first, we've done studies and they order 4 times as much food. That might be the case, but it's not the case with me. So I found the pan pizza, deep dish pizza, whatever it is. I'd save $6 and they offered me 2 toppings. Since everything else with pizza had extra cheese on it, I just got it with cheese. I didn't put pepperoni because I wanted to be more accurate to the other pizzas. I could have put pepperoni on it. It wouldn't cost me any more money. So here's my thoughts on this, because it was delicious. Blows the Lou Malnati's away. Detroit Pizza Company, the crust on the Detroit Pizza Company is better, although again, I took it out of the oven. So that may hurt that. Detroit Pizza Company had a unique flavor punch, but I gotta tell you what, that in its own regard, sleazy Domino's Pizza had its own flavor punch, which I would put toe-to-toe with the Detroit Pizza Company. I'm not talking trash right now. You know the way it works for me. There's no filter up here. You know I don't bow to corporate sponsorship. It was that good. Here's how I look at this. Now you go personal to me and say, well, Mike, Shank, what about local pizzeria? What about local pizzerias? Here, I'll tell you exactly what this stuff is. If local pizzerias are custom home builders, the best of the best, I call them artisans for a reason. That's a model home, right? It's a model home. You build them in bulk so that people can afford them, right? Let me qualify this, actually. I think all those major chain pizza companies are model homes, but I think there's two different types of developers in this world. There's a developer who's a greedy, sleazy dirtbag who builds these giant McMansions and takes advantages of people's desire to own things they can't afford, and then cuts all the corners, and then 10 years later, everything in the house is breaking down, and they're nowhere to be found. And then there's developers who say, you know what, I want to make a profit, I want to give people a little bit of something maybe they couldn't afford for the rest of their life. I'm going to make some money, but I'm going to do things right. So there's different types of model homes. They will never, ever, ever match up to the custom home builder. Ever. The local pizzeria. There's no possible way. They're a chain. But if you're low on cash, if you don't live in New Jersey like I do, and you don't have fantastic pizzerias all over the place, that's the ethical developer right there, apparently. They must have changed their ingredients. They must have changed their method. I'll tell you what, I walked in and carried that out. That was not the thing that pissed me off. I'm like, a lot of it was like, oh, do carry out. It's called picking up your pizza. It's like, oh, it's hand tossed. Well, you toss it with your feet. That's why I was like, wait a second. And when this guy kept coming on TV, this Pat Doyle, I was like, this guy doesn't really like me. He acts like he's my friend, but I know what his main goal is, and that's to get the stock price up, which he did. I've been around these corporate people enough to know that everything they do is measured. So this is probably why I never tried this till now, because I really thought it was just a bunch of hype. I thought it was a Domino's hype machine. He said, Shank, why are you on your knees? Why are you so passionate about this? I don't know why. I have no stock in this company, no vested interest in it. I'm just shocked. I find these kind of when people turn around cultures like this to just be amazing. And that's what that is. That's a massive comeback. That's a massive turnaround. Get no match up to the artisan custom home builder, local pizzeria. But that's not a reality from everyone from a price or an availability standpoint. I'm going to try some more of these big box pizza companies so I get a better idea. Maybe there's been a big box pizza company revolution, right? The post-industrial era and everyone's got a higher standard of living. I don't know. I know Pizza Hut didn't suck that bad in 1993. Domino's did. And yeah, I think I've ranted on too long, but now you know how I feel about it. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's by far worth it. That thing is chock full. Now, maybe there's some chemist, some evil scientist, and they take the cheapest cheese and the cheapest crust, and he's sitting there injecting syringes of chemical flavor into it. Nothing, I wouldn't put anything past a big company, all right? That may be all like Frankenfood in there, but whatever it is, it tastes really, really, really good. Again, you can see they didn't skimp. It's not like, remember in Falling Down where Michael, Kirk Douglas, Michael Douglas goes nuts and he goes in that whammy burger, wherever it was, and he orders that burger. He's like, what is this? This disgusting, like, smushed piece of garbage that they give you versus, this doesn't look too far from what they put in the end. In fact, you got cheese all the way to the end there. There's plenty of it on there. Got a nice grease stain, so you know there's flavor in there, right? You can see it's thicker, right? Thicker. It's actually, I'd say this is as thick of a. This is the same thickness as the Lou Malnati's pizza, and this cost me $9.99. So I gotta tell you what, guys. As much as I'd want to hate on this. For what it is, God, I've been ranting. How long has this damn video gone on for? Look, it's 20 minutes. That's it. I was warned by all my consiglieres, don't let it go over 11 minutes. But you know me, I'm long-winded. I get shocked, and I'm gonna have a little more of this. This is really good. Domino's Pizza, good job, guys.